people to come over, but if I'm getting paid for it too, then why the hell not?
Yeah, money's always a nice bonus.
It really is. It's a pretty good incentive.
Yeah.
So we'll move on.
Well, just to add a note to that, it probably has a bit to do with the fact you're not a premier director either. Like, not to say you're a horrible person on Machinima, because you're not, but you aren't really new, so that probably has a bit to do with it as well.
Yeah, I am relatively new, and the premier directors are pretty much good, even though a decent amount of that population doesn't like Ken Burton or Junkyard because they're not great at the game, but I really don't see...
Yeah, those people are idiots. I'm sorry, most of Machinima's viewers are just retarded morons. I mean, Junkyard is a great commentator. He has a great personality. Just because he plays average, like, he basically plays kind of like I do, the scores that I get. He can be a little bit positive. He can still win the game. He doesn't have to go fucking plus 20 every match to have fun. So
it's definitely something new, which is kind of good to watch when I'm just like, when I don't want to watch someone kick ass, I just want to see someone like the average player play, or someone who's a little bit below average like Ken, but he still makes good videos.
Exactly.
Like, his stuff is still good even though he's not the greatest. Like, you don't have to be good or great for me to watch it and be entertained, but a lot of people, need someone to go 35-1 and, team deathmatch.
Hey, if they need that, then go for it. I mean, there will always be the people that will do that, but that doesn't mean you can go and insult the people who go, 9-5 or 10-7 and stuff like that just because they're not as good as somebody else. That's just being rude and just ignorant. So, but oh well.
Yeah, it's just like I see the little videos. I pretty much watch Ken and Junkyard the most, but then every so often I'll watch like a Teb video, or when Hutch was still making his, I would watch some of theirs, because Hutch is a really good commentator, but he didn't have the craziest videos like someone like Sandy Ravage would, or even Tabe himself. He would just provide solid gameplay as a sniper most of the time, which was really good to see, because I suck ass at sniping.
Yeah, you and me both.
It's not to say that these people are bad players, but it's just different styles that they can bring across, and it's still entertaining to me. Because I mostly watch Tabe because his accent is really funny. Yeah, it is funny. It reminds me of WeFaz a little bit, except he's a little bit more audible. Yeah,
WeFaz and even Injak a little bit.
God, Ingak was pretty good. I mean, we could understand him, except he would always always mispronounce that one letter. Was it like V or W or whatever?
It was V, and he always said V as we, and that got me confused a few times because I thought he was actually talking about the Wii console.
Oh, you got a Nintendo Wii? No, Wii.
He was playing Scrabble, and he's like, "Where should I put this Wii?" I was like, "Well, probably in front of your TV."
I'm sure.
And I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute."
I'm sure there's at least 2 Norwegian guys like unsubscribing from me right now because of this. They're like, "Fuck that guy."
Well, now they are, because you just mentioned that Ingag was Norwegian, because we didn't mention that yet.
Well, he's Norwegian. Well, he was still pretty cool, and he was like twice the size of me, so I wouldn't want to mess with him either.
Yeah, no kidding. I saw a picture of him. He was definitely a big guy.
Yeah,
so.
It was when he was on that like boat. He took a picture or something like that.
Yeah.
When he went on that cruise. He went to like Germany or something. Like, oh, he'll fit right in. Big ass Norwegian guy in Germany.
Oh, anyway. I think we're getting a bit off topic now.
Oh well, that's what these are for. It doesn't matter. This will all be split up into different videos anyway. So we'll go on to how we met, which some people will be surprised to know that was probably like 6 years ago, 6.5 or so.
Six, almost 7 years, I think now.
Since it was like, I don't even remember when exactly. I don't remember if it was 2003 or 2004.
I think it was 2004 was the first time I ever met you. I think we were killing like dragons or something. I don't really remember.
It might have been at the giant spider bridge. When all that
we could always go by that really old picture you used to have with us with the robot outfit in Garland.
Yeah, he was just sitting in the depot for some reason. That was just really weird when I was looking through all those pictures. I was like, wait a minute, I know that guy. I have this fucking red and white outfit.
Oh, the good old red and white outfit. That thing never got old. I wore that until the end of days, man.
So that was like 6 years ago. And we would pretty much just talk on Vent. But right now we're using Skype because it's a little bit easier and you don't hear that little buzzer sound every time you talk, even though you can disable that. The little meh.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on a fucking game show every time you're talking.
What's your answer? I don't know. But that was like 6 years ago or so, and
yeah, it was quite a long time ago.
Funny enough, Jason had not played anything like new for any system in God knows how long, until I eventually bugged him enough to actually go out and get a 360 because he's fucking loaded up in Canada.
It's only 18 grand.
Yeah, only 18. You know, I wish I had that. That's like 18 times what I got right now, at least.
Yeah, but you also buy stuff.
Yeah, like bills. I have to pay bills, and I buy games a lot. And then I have to fucking support a girlfriend, take her ass out to eat.
Well, see, the girlfriend is probably like 90% of your bills.
It might as well be, in all honesty. But yeah, that was definitely like 6.5 years ago. It's been a while. Like, to put it in perspective, I'm 22, and we probably met when I was 15.
Yeah, I think I was probably... I might have been 14 at the time, just going by... no, I think you were 16. I think I was 14 and you were 16, because you're 2 years older than I am.
Well, it depends on when we met in 2004, if it was. Because if it was before May, then I was still 15, I think. And, yeah, if it was after May...
Pretty sure I was 14. No, when I first started that game, I was already 14, so I had to have been at least 14.
Yeah, I was like... I started in August 2003. It just really depends on...
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, it really has. And then there was like this whole period where we eventually stopped playing the game because it got so crappy. We just said, fuck it. And for whatever reason, for like 6 months, we just didn't talk sometime after that. And that was probably last year or so, or 2 years ago.
Yeah, we were talking to each other. You brought up the idea of starting your gaming channel, and of course my stock answer of LOL was always thrown in, but... you started it, and I stuck around for the first while. I watched most of your videos, and then just boom. Like, 6 months, no talking at all whatsoever. And I randomly looked at your real-life channel and saw that commercial you made about Mentos. And then I talked to you there, talking about it. I was like, wow, is that really you in that video? And you're like, wow, thanks. How's it going after 6 months? And then we just sort of went from there.
I think you went camping and then just came back and never talked to me again.
It may very well have been something like that. We just simply stopped talking, and I honestly have no idea why.
You're like, oh, I'm going camping, see you later. I'm like, alright, cool. And then 6 months later, you're like, oh, hey, nice commercial. I'm like, dude, that was a really fucking long camp trip. Where the hell did you go?
I went to Antarctica and our boat sank, so yeah, let's just go with that.
Apparently. So, now we've just been pretty much talking at least once a day. Of course, there's a few days, like, we won't talk if I go out. Because Jason, as a lot of people know probably by now, he works pretty much the graveyard shift, in which he goes to work at 10, which will soon be 10:30, and gets off at like 6 or 6:30. Yeah. It's gonna be 6.
It used to be 10 to 6:30, but my hours got cut by 1 hour every single day. So I start at 10:30 now, and I get home at 6. It's just like, well, what the hell was the point of that?
But yeah, well, which is funny because they just increased the hours in my job, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. But
yeah, it's the weather here that's sucking. No one's buying anything because it won't stop fucking raining.
That sucks. But whenever I go out, like, my friends will get off work at the latest like 9 or 9:30, and that's usually when I'm going out. When I'll go to my friend's house or we'll go to a bar or something, and that's when Jason's waking up. And by the time I get back,
usually,
yeah. So there might be a time where there's like 2-3 days that we won't talk at all, or we'll just get offline messages from each other, which is kind of funny. Or if I'm just up at 8 in the morning for whatever reason because I haven't gone to bed yet because I have a day off, then I'll see him when he gets home. Like today. Like I was up at like 8 in the morning and we played Call of Duty for a while, which was actually... It started off really shitty.
Crazy. Yeah, it started off bad and it got pretty crazy once we invited like 4 other people into our game.
Jason and I were trying to play like team deathmatch, and we just could not get any good teammates. So I just told him to fuck it and back out after we got pretty much screwed over in a match. I think it was the last match we played was on Salvage, and when that guy pushed me into a window and killed me, I pretty much had it. I got really fucking pissed. So I said, fuck it.
Our teammates were just idiotic morons the whole goddamn time we were playing, but with just the 2 of us.
Yeah, we pretty much just said, fuck it. We backed out, and I have that whole list of people that since I revised my list, but since I play Modern Warfare 2 so sporadically and so early in the morning, a lot of people aren't on, but it just so happened that, hey, it's Saturday morning at like 8 or 9 and people are on, so I invited 4 other people in, and honest to God, they were like 3 or 4 minute team death matches, and we were just killing these kids 7,500 to like 1,500 every match. Like every fucking round, like 2 people at least got an E drop, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in the back corner. I'm throwing this E drop. Who wants it?" And we would pretty much just go off of that.
Dude, that one match on Invasion, I think we played Domination. We switched to Domination, which started off okay, but then that ended up being the most worst idea ever. But that one match on Invasion, oh no, not Invasion, it was Karachi. I swear to God, our team had to have had at least 20 care packages drop throughout that Domination match.
I think we got 3 or 4 E drops, because I had 1, someone else had 1.
There was at least 3. Some guy got like 3 by himself, so I think we had 4 E drops and then like 9 care packages.
It was either my cat is black or Mango who got 1. I got 1, and I know Sender X got 1. And then
I think Sender got 2 himself.